Hello, my name is Cheryl Repose, and I'll be leading you through some mindful movements. These videos are being produced as part of a funded study in the laboratory of Dr. Ruchika Prakash, Department of Psychology, The Ohio State University. Walking meditation is a pretty ancient practice and one that it continues today. It's mindfulness in movement as we walk. You know, walking is one of the many things that we do all the time, right? And how often are we present for it? How often are we in our bodies and aware of taking our steps and how the foot touches the floor of the earth? We're usually off worrying, thinking, planning, any number of other distractions that we fall prey to. And walking meditation is a practice too, to remind us that we can bring awareness into all the other kinds of things that we do in life that we do all the time, but we just aren't there for it, like maybe washing the dishes. Can we really pay attention to the feel of washing the dishes? When we take a shower, are we in the moment of experiencing the shower and the soap and the skin and how the body feels? Or are we off planning our day, brushing our teeth, walking the dog? So it's just an opportunity to remember to pay attention as we move throughout our days. And certainly walking meditation would be most lovely, would it not, to be outside? But in this situation, you know, I'm not anyway. But when you're outside, there's certainly something about nature and light and sound and birds and other kinds of things that help make it all a richer experience. Now, walking meditation too tends to happen in two forms, and you may have seen this somewhere in your life. One can just walk in a straight path, and you might ultimately choose to do that. You walk about 10 feet, you stop, you turn around, and you repeat the same path on the return. Or one might walk in a circle starting to our left. And especially if you're walking with other people, that tends to be the format that people employ. So what I'm going to do here first is demonstrate for you just a little bit about how we do that, right? And now we'll generally take the right hand and cup it over the left and try to draw it into the belly center so that we're more aligned with our center, remembering to kind of live from this place versus this place. And when we move, again, we're just going to bring a real deep conscious awareness to what it takes and this gift we have, this capacity we have even to walk. So, just for demonstration purposes, I'll just come forward here a little bit. I'm going to shift my weight to my left foot, start to peel my right foot up off the floor, step forward, planting my heel down into the floor, rolling up into the ball. I'm aware of coming up onto the ball and toes of my back foot. Weight shifts to my right. My right leg needs to be a bit engaged to support me. And I inhale and exhale, sinking down into the floor. And again, inhale and step and sink down into the floor. All right, so we might go just a slightly different pace than that. It depends on what works for you, but not too fast and not so slow that you're having a difficult time holding your balance. All right, so I'll step back here because I will be going in a circle. So let's take a moment first, though. Any notions you have, your mind trying to figure out how this is going to feel, and just being aware of all that. And just take a nice full inhalation and a nice long letting go exhalation, and let kind of the breaths and the energy, any anxiety, energy, tension, just sink down into the floor. And take another big breath and roll the shoulder blades up and back and just relax into your body. So just taking a few moments of just being here in the standing posture, and then I'll ring a bell, which will begin our practice. So, let's turn to our left, taking the hands to the belly center. Doesn't matter if you start with your left or right foot, but just be aware of what your body's tendency is going to be. Don't need to figure it out, just trust. So we shift, we lengthen in the leg, we peel the right foot off, we inhale, exhale, step and roll. And inhale, step, roll, roll up on the back foot. So just breathing. Again, initially it might feel just a little awkward. We're usually walking, right, or running to get somewhere, to get something. We're never really, or seldom probably, walking just to walk, just to breathe, feel the sensations in the body, any place you might be holding any tension, always just pausing. You can pause anytime, check in, relax, and then start again. And the eyes are just cast down, maybe on the floor, somewhere in front of you. So you're not looking all over the place trying to find things, to busy yourself. So just this lift, step, sink. Inhale, exhale, step, sink. Just inviting peace and ease into your body, into your life, into this simple act. Although sometimes it's not so simple, is it? Simple act of being present, which is something that is always here for us if we're noticing if we're present or not. If shoulders have gotten tense at all, notice that, relax. Let the breath blossom in the body. Let it release as you sink down with each step. Perhaps even a little grateful for the fact that we have this capacity to walk, even if we're somewhat challenged, even if we're kind of walking in our mind's eye. But it is a gift to be able to have this body that moves. And I can remember to remind you right now, but I invite you to remember, to notice, to pause moment to moment, to see, where's my awareness right now? Am I just kind of walking as a mindless activity, or am I really present in my body and my breath? A teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh, sometime wrote a book called Peace in Every Step. And so we are invited to perhaps sense and feel and experience what that means, and maybe what that means right now. How to bring peace and ease to each step as we walk, as we touch and are aware of the earth deep beneath our feet. Noticing how all the muscles, tissues, joints all work together to allow this movement. And as we continue to walk, I'm going to share a verse with you. It's called Walk the Earth in Silence. Walk the earth in silence, in the stillness of being, communing, listening, hearing, sensing, feeling. Walk the earth in silence of unassuming, open, receptive awareness, leaving only a trace of a footstep here and there. Walk the earth in silence from the stillness of the heart, standing at the still point in the hush of the mystery. Speak the language of silence, heart to heart, whispering wordlessly in the silent rhythm. Breathing those words in. And being those words to the degree you can sense that. And in a moment, I will ring the bell, which will culminate this practice. It will ask you to stop, to pause, to breathe, of course, and perhaps to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart for the final moments of this practice. So stopping, placing one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, still feeling perhaps some of the movement residual from the walking, how your body feels now, how you're connecting and sensing your breath in your body. So just stillness for just a few more moments until you hear the sound of the bell. And you can continue standing here if you'd like.